Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. We thought that the Orlov boss fight was the only boss that we were going to be getting in D Maschine, but what if I told you that we might be mistaken? There is a new massive discovery that's been made, and I'm so excited about it because it ties together potential future bosses for the Call of Duty Zombies mode, as well as new information about the Dark Aether and the zombie storyline as continued from Toten, and potential for there to be more quests that we don't even know are there in D Maschine right under our noses. The gameplay I'm about to show you was recorded by Movin and Chaz, and I want to be very clear that I'm super grateful to Movin for sending his footage over so that I could talk about it and theorize about it in this video. Credit where it's due, they got a great recording of this, and they also had a pretty funny reaction to it, so I'm going to roll the clip now, and then I'll be talking about what the hell this actually means, because, I mean, it's cool in itself, of course, don't get me wrong, but it's an even bigger deal when you truly understand the factions in Cold War that are fighting over control of the Dark Aether and what has been discovered inside the Dark Aether lying in wait that we're going to be coming up against in the future. It's so exciting.
Check a Nacht.
Sure it's a Nacht?
Yeah, like on a rooftop.
Sure it's on the roof?
I think so, honestly.
Fucking boss, man. No. We might have to go back into it.
Yeah. Oh, I found it.
Suck it.
I think did I do it?
Did you do it?
Wait,
if you did it.
No, I didn't. Let's go back in.
What was it?
It was right there.
Wait, what is it?
What is that? What's that in the background? Do you see that? It's like a big yeti. What the f is that?
What the f? Keep record it.
I am. We shoot him with a normal gun.
I can, I got no ammo.
I definitely can't f***ing reach. What the? Mate, hold on, let me clip this.
So it seems like not only has Bigfoot been sighted here, but he's also had a growth spurt. The Yetis in this part of the world have apparently been eating their Wheaties, and this is the result. What on earth is the giant monster roaming around the forests of Morasko, Poland, around the nuclear test site known as Project End Station? There have been Easter eggs like this in Zombies before. The distant monster Easter egg in Zetsubou no Shima comes to mind. That was a round-based Easter egg only able to be seen on round 50. And now we have another high round sighting of this incredibly strange monster ambling through the forest on its own, not caring about being shot, not caring about our presence in the map, just going about its merry way. What is its purpose? Why are Treyarch showing it to us now? And what if there is a way we can interact with it, whether it's by shooting it with the right weapon, or whether it's some kind of relation to another unsolved Easter egg in D Maschine? There are lots of bits and pieces that we don't understand right now, and this thing could easily be connected to those. So the mystery of the monster is still very much alive, and if we begin to understand the story implications of this thing's existence, it makes its presence even more important. There are two main factions in the Cold War Zombies universe. One is Requiem and the other is Omega. They are pitted against each other. Requiem are trying to contain the threat of zombies and also prevent Omega from taking over the world and all that sort of stuff that bad guys normally do. The Omega group are a KGB Spetsnaz group seeking to harness the energies of the Dark Aether and give the USSR a strategic advantage over the Americans and NATO as well, and essentially win the Cold War. They will stop at nothing and they are not to be trusted, and it is seemingly their fault that this outbreak has happened in the first place in D Maschine. The good guys, Requiem, are also in communication with Samantha Maxis, who traveled into this new universe from the ending of Toten. Samantha's role in everything is still kind of mysterious, but we do have a lot more information now about her motives and exactly what she's been up to. It's easy for us to assume that Samantha is good and so are Requiem, but things are not that simple, and Samantha is very much caught between those two groups, but her main priority is uncovering the truth about the Dark Aether itself. This is where things get really interesting. in the Maschine, you can actually hear people that are trapped within the Dark Aether. Now, no, they are not the Victis crew. That's Stuhlinger, Russman, Misty, and Martin that we played as in Transit and that followed the orders of Richtofen and also ran away from Zombie Richtofen, which we learned about in the Zombies comic and in Black Ops 2. But instead, these are just lost souls, like a guy called Johannes who has a pretty creepy message for us, which we can hear on the map. I'll play it for you now.
Is anyone out there? Can anyone hear me? I do not know how long I have been here. There are no days to count. Only an endless twilight. Like a dream that keeps shifting whenever I try to focus on it. There are some strangely beautiful sights here. Great glowing gems, luminous creatures that float on the mist. Beauty means little when you are always being hunted. I should never have gone near that shimmering light. I should never have touched it. I thought it was a sign from God, but there is no God here. There is no God.
It sounds like Johannes could have been a scientist at Project End Station who saw one of the anomalies that we interact with on the map, and he got transported into the Dark Aether and could not find a way out. The reason I'm mentioning Johannes is that I want to make it clear to you guys that not everyone who travels to the Dark Aether returns in like 30 seconds to a minute like we do in-game. Some people get trapped there, and in one case, a certain someone who we don't know the identity of got stuck there for a very, very long time. The first time we saw that there was someone actually trying to actively communicate with us from the Dark Aether, it looked like a weird signal, almost like a computer trying to display a message, but not having the right character set to do it or something. It was just jumbled. Then a second message came through, and this one was a little closer to being intelligible, but not quite. And then, suddenly, we got something that actually translated. It states day 13,773. Keyboard finally functional. Screen still hit or miss. Must retest internal components. Make sure nothing is fried. Still not sure if this thing is transmitting. At least I graduated from pen and paper, which are harder and harder to come by. Will continue transmission attempts, have plenty to broadcast. My journal of survival. I can only hope someone is listening. Don't worry, stranger, we are listening, and your next message to us is an absolute beauty. It was sent to me by Marguabot, so thank you so much, mate. It's absolutely awesome when you guys send me intel that I can use in these videos. I really appreciate it. The message said the following. Day 1646. Saw something new here today. Something big. Tall as a building, walking through fog. Difficult to see details. Kept my distance as it passed. I heard talk from others that giants roam this land, but dismissed it as madness. Heard one call them elder gods. Thought I catalogued all creatures here in their pecking order. I was wrong. And that is the end of the message. Now, I think you guys already know where I am about to take this. Elder gods, giants roaming this land, tall as a building, walking through fog, difficult to see details, top of the pecking order. Guys, doesn't this sound like the Yeti Bigfoot giant monster that I showed you at the start of this video? Don't you think this is potentially a sign that just as zombies have bled through from the Dark Aether and started to infect and corrupt this pure universe that we tried to create in the ending of Tag der Toten, so too have some new monsters that reside in the Dark Aether that we have never even heard or seen before. This isn't a keeper. This is something new, new and something potentially much more dangerous. Something that has been in the Dark Aether for an amount of time that we can't even possibly understand because it's never even shown up on the radar before, whether it's of the Chronorium or the timeline or anything in between. It's a completely new force within the zombie storyline, and it's just so exciting that in a map or two's time, we might be getting to a boss fight and actually having to take one of these things down. It once was the case that the people that got trapped in the Dark Aether had to deal with these and no one else did, but now that the breach is open and there are multiple outbreaks all over the world, and this thing is just roaming through the forest, it's clearly not in any kind of containment field. It's clearly not going to stop if we ask it to. I mean, it's a lean, mean ether machine, for goodness sake. Like, this thing is the size of a building. Why would it listen to us? And it's undoubtedly going to go and cause chaos elsewhere that we, as operators of the Requiem group I mentioned before, are going to have to go to. And I mean, we're going to have to take this thing down. We're going to have to do it. I can feel it coming in my bones. If you've got any theories about what exactly this thing is, what it could do, why it's here, where it's going, all those sorts of things, let me know in the comments down below. I was already a big fan of the zombie storyline, of course, over the years, but stuff like this has just re-piqued my interest in this new world that they're creating, and I can't wait to just become an encyclopedia of Cold War zombie story knowledge. It's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to share it with all you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to leave this one here. Subscribe so you don't miss that content. Drop a like as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.